Hello and welcome to Open Boosters. You've been asking, so I'm going to be telling you guys what I think of Mythic Markets. Now, a long time ago in 2015, people asked me what I thought of Puka Trade, and I didn't really like it. And, well, at that time in 2015, people didn't like that answer. But today, you asked me what I think about Mythic Markets, and I'm going to tell you because, you know, I own cards. So what do I think about owning partial ownership of cards? So we're going to turn this camera around. We're going to discuss Mythic Markets, and I'm just going to do this very easy. I'm going to point it at the computer. It's going to be a little bit weird and awkward, but I don't really like doing the whole editing thing and that kind of stuff. So we're going to do this, and we're going to see what it looks like. It'll be informative, I'm sure. All right, here we go with Mythic Markets. You wanted it. Here it is. Look. Invest in pop culture. For as little as 30 bucks. Fantastic. Vintage cards and all that kind of stuff. Craziness. There's the Alpha Lotus. We're going to be talking about that a lot today. And then we have why invest? Well, you know what? If you're only going to do a partial ownership of a card, you're never going to see the card. You're never going to see the comic. You're never going to see it. You know what it's all about? It's all about the money. That's it. You just got to show me the money, because you're literally not going to ever see the card. You're never going to see anything, and that's all it's going to be about. You're going to own a piece of something, and it's going to make you money. That's what you really want. All right. So let's just skip that you actually own anything. You're just really going to own a piece of money, just like owning Disney stock. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so we want to diversify our portfolio. Makes sense. We want to own a piece of pop culture. Not really. We just want to, you can't even brag about it. Yep, I own a piece of something I will never see. But, you know, you literally do own something. So it is something. But to say you can, well, brag about it, well, after you make your money, then you can brag about it. I think that'll be good. Alright, and then he's excited. You know he's excited, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, then, you know, so fun. All right, so let's head on. We're gonna go to the FAQ now. Here's what I'm investing in, the securities, yada yada yada. That's fine. And then we have this, which is how do I earn returns on my investment. And so basically, what they're gonna try to do is build like a day trading thing, which is fine. It's not out there yet, which makes sense because it's brand new. This is a brand new thing. So. But what I did like, you know, I'm okay with them not having that in place yet. So you can't literally sell your shares. You can buy it, but you can't literally sell it yet, an individual share. But they want to develop that. That makes sense. That maybe will come in time. Who knows? But I do like this, though. So you can have a shareholder meeting to liquidate the asset. All right. So that's fine. So there is a way to get your money back and force them to sell the card and to a private offer or whatever. And that would be good, right? So you can get your money out. And that's one way you can get your money. And I like that. So you have your little shareholders meeting, and there's going to be a ton of you in there, like 200 of you, because they're going to divide everything up by 2,000, right? They're going to everyone divide all the big assets divided by 2,000, so you have a minimum of, like, since you only have 10%, it's like 200 shareholders. It's fine. All right, so then if you all vote yes, sell it, then it gets sold. Anyways, so yeah, here's the thing. You can no more than 10% or whatever. So then you got the 2,000 shares issued for each asset. You know, how is the value determined? Value is appraised using comparable sales data with auctions and private sales, overall demand. Is there a fee? Currently, no. And then how many shares can I buy or own? 10% of an asset. There you go. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And I have no problem with them partial ownership. It's kind of like going in with a buddy on a car. And then you buy the car for cheap, and then you build it, you make it better, and then you sell it, and then you chop the top. It's fine. So everybody makes money, right? So you and your buddy make money. It's kind of the same principle, except this time we're doing it with cards, and you're going through a company that'll do it for you. So the idea and the concept, I really have no problem with. It's fine. But let's just talk about it. Owning. We have an Alpha Lotus here, right? Black Lotus, craziness. They've evaluated the market value at $125,000, okay? And they've carved it up to 2,000 people. Got 268 shares have been sold or reserved from between 44 different investors. So that's okay, right? The grade is a BGS 9, and they show us the grade and everything else, which is fantastic. We have our little score here. We got the centering, 9.5, corners, 8.5, edges, 9.0, surface, 9.0, final grade, 9. Fantastic, right? And since you're dealing with a company, you expect them to be able to know the fair market value for the cards, right? And so that's fantastic. So you don't have to really do anything. You just give them your $62.50 and you get your share. However, let's go over to see how well they've evaluated that value. On April 24th, 2019, a grade 9 sold for $41,755. Woo, jackpot. I mean, look at that. They evaluated it at $125,000. Oh, wait. Whoa. Is this correct? No, because this is a different subgrades, right? We have a quad plus here. What does that mean, Mr. Open Boosters? Well, you know, in a collecting community, quad pluses sell for very high value. You know, so we have a grade 9 here. It's very valued in the grading community. So we have a 9 here. We have a 9.5 on the surface, a 9.5 at centering, 9 on edges. Well, let's go look at ours. Okay, let's go look at it. All right, because we're investors here. We need to know that we know what we're talking about. Look, 9.5 centering. Well, we're good there. 8.5 on those corners, 9 on the edges, and 9 on the surface. Oof. So are we even close to this one? No, we're not even close, because quad plus grade 9s sell for more than ones that are not quadded. Craziness. And this was sold on April 24, 2019. So let's look at this one. It's a grade 9, right? It's got a 10 on centering. Holy mackerel. 9 on corners, 9 on surface, 9 on edges. Ours is still a little bit worse that we're investing in. What did it sell for? $101,100. But why? I mean, it has a 10 because it's not a quad. It's not a quad 9.5. I mean, sorry, it's not a quad 9 plus. All right, it's a 9 plus, quad 9 plus. But it's not the plus. As crazy as that sounds, that makes significant difference. And it's only 0.5. It's significant difference here. Very significant. And that's one of the key things here. It dropped it dramatically. Now let's go look at ours. Okay, let's go look at ours right now. So we're closer to this one, right? We are. Let's see how close we really are on this. All right. Where'd he go? All right, so that one had a 10 on centering. We have a 9.5. It had a 9 on corners. We have an 8.5. It had a 9.0 on edges. That matched and that matched. So we only matched on 2, and the rest are lower. So what do you think that means? If you're thinking about it, it means that we're probably less than this one, which means we're definitely going to be less than $125,000 in value. That's not too good. But let's look at this one. This is an 8.5. All right, and so it sold for $80,000. That's not too bad, right? But how close are we? This one's just 0.5 away from mint 9, right? Just 0.5 away from 9. Where are we on this spectrum? We got 9 on edges, 10 on centering here, 8.5, 8.5. Let's go look at ours that we currently are thinking about investing in. Well, this one had a 10 on centering. We have a 9.5. So we're a little bit lower on that one. That's fine. Because we know overall we're going to be better. We have an 8.5 on corners and surface. This has an 8.5. We match on that one. And an 8.5 on. We have a better surface. Yes, better surface. And then we have our edges are equal to the 9, right? So this one just crossed the border to grade 9. Just slipped by, just squeaked by to get to 9. That's basically what we have here, a squeaker. So is that $125,000? Is it? It's not. It could be about 90,000 to 95 maybe. But that would be my current evaluation. Now, we look at their evaluation, and they say $125,000. So we're just a little off by 25 grand bare minimum in our evaluations, right? So why would they have it at 125,000? I mean, they did the research, didn't they? Or another thing, I'm thinking, I can't prove nothing, right? I can't really prove anything. But I'm thinking they're really just trying to make some money, right? Because if they get enough investors, they've sold an Alpha Lotus for 125,000. Now they can hang on to it for you and sell it later when it goes up or whatever. But really, they're taking their profit and running. That's what I don't like about this. The whole thing seems a little shady. So if they, let's say they paid 80 grand for it, right? They send it in for grade, and then they put it up here and sell it for 125. That's good money for them, right? They don't really need to charge fees if they're making like 30 to 50 grand on every single time they do something, or even 25 grand every time they do something. That's the only thing I don't like. I don't like their evaluation here. I think their evaluation is way off. Now, if they based it on a $144,000 sale, then they still didn't understand what they're doing when they came up with this evaluation. Maybe they're going it off on eBay prices, because if they're doing it for advertised price, you know, where people selling it online and listing it for like 300 grand and that kind of nonsense, then they're not. Let me pull some of those up. You can list prices for whatever you want, anything that you want. List it for whatever you want. You can list it for $1 billion freaking dollars. So it only matters when the hammer comes down. Like this one, watch this one. See where it goes, right? You watch that, you see where the hammer goes down. Then you know what the value is. Until you see that, you don't know. You don't know anything. It's crazy. So when the hammer comes down, that's the price. And then you need to pay attention to the subgrades. And as the things get sold, those are the market values. You know what people want to pay for them. But you have to watch the values. There is no way that's a $125,000 card right now. And that's the bottom line. So until they fix that, there's no way. You can't buy that. You're paying way more than you should be. All right? And that's my final thing. I don't mind the idea. The idea is fine. The idea of this is fine. But when you're giving $125,000 value on something that's not $125,000, there's something wrong. That's not an investment. That's you just having people give you money. And that's the problem. All right? So that's my opinion. And I'm just taking their data and real data that's out there. So I would not give them $62. That evaluation, their market value, to me, in my personal opinion, it's way too high. All right, that's it. Hit the like button, subscribe, make a comment. Hope you enjoyed. You asked, I told, and that's the way it is. All right, and that's it. That is my opinion. I hope you enjoyed it. It's really just my opinion. I think their market evaluation is way off base. And it just doesn't add up, because when an auction happens, boom, and that's the close price. That's supposed to be the exact market value. When you don't have a stressed seller and you don't have a stressed buyer, they're not required to buy, and everybody's even money. That's supposed to be the exact market value at that time. And then, you know, when people speculate what the exact market value, they take into location and all that kind of stuff, where the card is, and you know. And their evaluation just seems really high, and they're charging people money for shares at a really high value. And nobody wants to start off buying something and already in the hole. I mean, that doesn't really make any sense, you know. So there it is. That's my opinion. I think their market value is way too high to be selling their current Black Lotus they have listed. All right, hit the like button, subscribe, make a comment. I hope this helped. I know you guys have been asking. I decided to go ahead and do it. And all right, hit the like button, subscribe, make a comment. Talk to you again real soon.